coming, moving on from last season, kind of, so your off season, strength and conditioning wise, you made a huge jump from freshman to sophomore. So what's your off season been like, this far and going into next season? Tell me a little bit about what you've been up to.
Well, actually, I played the season with basically a broken finger the whole season. So I got surgery on that, and I wasn't able to do much for like a month and a half, 2 months. But since then, I've been back on campus, and we've been working real hard. I'm almost in the best shape that I've ever been in, which is good. Kind of locking in on things that I have to work on. The whole program has kind of taken a different approach this offseason on how we do things. And that's kind of exciting for
How
me.
so?
Just our approach. We're doing a lot of team-oriented things. Our workouts are a little bit different than what they had been the last 2 years. A lot of just a lot of different things this offseason, which has been exciting. So that's kind of what we've been doing this offseason.
Awesome. So also, last year from freshman to sophomore, your 3-point shooting made a massive jump. You took a lot more threes last year than you did freshman year. What went into that, growing confidence in your shot and making that jump for you? Tell me a little bit about how you developed your shot from, year 1 to year 2 and, your plans going forward with that type of thing.
Yeah. A lot of work. The confidence has kind of always been there. It's both. I kind of try to do whatever's asked of me to do. And last year, we kind of just needed a little bit more spacing on the offensive end. So I was in the corner a lot.
Hell yeah. Dude, last year, the Paul Mulcahy corner bang was on a roll.
Yeah. So that's kind of where that came from. But my shot, I'm way more confident. My shot right now is the best I've ever felt my shot. Coming into college, a lot of people kind of question my shooting ability, which is fine. But I believe in it. I know how much work I put into it. So
100%, man. Yeah. Prove the haters wrong. Absolutely. And you've been doing that 100%. So people always talk, Paul, about, your heart, your hustle, how well you make decisions on the court, your toughness. Everybody, when it comes to, you think of how tough Paul Mulcahy is, you think of taking an elbow from Luka Garza against Iowa, breaking his nose on the court. Like, tell me, is that stuff you take pride in, all of that, stuff that doesn't just come from talent, that stuff that comes from hard work, great mentality, good upbringing from your parents, all that stuff. Is that stuff that you take pride in?
Yeah, 100%. It's kind of like who I am as a person outside the court. Basketball is just a game, but there's a lot more to it. You go through a lot of adversity and things like that. So it's just kind of not quitting and staying the course. That's what my high school coach preached to me for 4 years, just stay the course. And everybody kind of was banged up last year. That's every year. I think mine were a little bit more out there. People kind of knew about it. But yeah, I don't say I'm a tough kid, but I just kind of roll with the punches, and that's kind of how my parents raised me, like you said. So yeah, that's where that comes from.
100%. So one thing I kind of wanted to talk about, my guy Max over here, he's gonna play the audio. So there's a press conference after the Purdue game. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So you got off your chest. You talked a lot about the guys who aren't on the court as much and, the backup guys. And you were so passionate about, the work that they do for you guys, scout team, on short notice, getting you guys ready to go. And so before you talk a little bit about that, my guy Max over here is my co-host, he's gonna play some.
You guys can answer this.
Play the
I
audio
see that
so
the bench kind of getting
again.
Pretty loud and almost rowdy, it seems at times. Do you guys hear that? What's that like for you out on the floor with no crowd being there?
Yeah, I kind of been waiting to talk about this. Our bench has done a phenomenal job. They're like that last season. There's just a lot of crowd noise. We've got guys on the dream team, Aiden Terry, Daniel Loback, Luke Nathan, Caleb McConnell, Nick Brooks, and TJ Thompson, who come in every day. They learn a new team's plays in 2 days. They work hard. They give us the perfect replica of another team. They do everything that no one sees or talks about, but these guys have helped us all year, all last year. They come in and they work, and then they bring energy every day, positive energy on the bench, and they've done an absolutely amazing job. And they don't often get talked about, but like those guys have set us up and put us in the position that we are right now.
So yeah, I mean that's like my favorite Paul Mulcahy press conference of all time. You got so fired up for those guys, and that's just like a testament to the kind of teammate I know you are. You know, everybody sees it. All the Rutgers fans see that. You know, you're a vocal teammate. So for you, tell me a little bit about that press conference, what was going through your mind, and you know why you wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, I forgot that was this year. That was like one of our first 10 games. But yeah, my roommate for my first 2 years, Daniel Loback, who I mentioned, one of like the best people that I've ever met in my life. Works so hard, is like extremely talented. He I just watched him work so hard every day in practice, and he got up his shots at night. And I saw how much like the dream team had to be at practice like 45 minutes before every day just to learn plays and go over plays. And those guys get like no credit ever, which is why I was glad somebody had asked that question, because I was kind of waiting to speak up on it. But that's with all the guys. But I would just see Daniel every day, just put in a lot of work, and I just wanted to give him and everybody that I had mentioned some recognition. Like Luke Nathan was great the whole year with the energy on the bench.
Yeah.
His basketball and those guys, like everybody, they sacrifice a lot, and they don't often get a chance to talk or get talked about. So I just felt like that was the right moment.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. That's unbelievable.